Hey everyone, so today we're going to be setting up DHCP from our Windows Server 2019 that we have here. For some information on what DHCP is, it stands for the Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, and it's a network management protocol used for automatically assigning IP addresses and other information to client devices connected to a host. So the keyword there is automatically. So when we have our DHCP set up, whenever a computer is added to the network, our IP address will automatically be assigned to it. And whenever a device is removed, that IP address that it once had will be available for automatic assigning later on when we add another device. So without that, you have to do that manually. The admin has to do that manually. But with DHCP, that's not a problem. All of it is done manually. So we're gonna get started. We're starting here from our server manager. Um, yeah, and we're gonna click add roles and features. And we're gonna click next, and then role based or feature based installation. Yeah, we click in this, the server 2019. That's what I named it. Click next, and we want to click DHCP server, and you'll see this pop up with all the features. And yeah, we do want to add all those features. We click next. And we don't want any of these additional features. We click next, and there's some information to read there. We'll click next for now, and we want to click install to leave that box unchecked. And I'll come back when all this is finished because it might take a while. Alright, so we're back. Our DHCP is installed. So here we should see a notification. If you click this complete DHCP configurations, we're brought here. You'll click next. We'll leave that as is. We'll click commit. And yeah, we can see everything is done. Both statuses are done. So we click close. And you might have noticed, but this DHCP here wasn't there before, but we have it now. So you click it. We're going to right click here. So 2019. Click manager, DHCP manager. And we open this up a little bit. Right. So we click in here. We choose an IPv4. Right, and we want to right click and then click new scope. Click next, and here we want to assign a name for the scope. So let's say we're in a big business, we could name it say the top floor, and click next. And here we want to specify the range of IP addresses that we're going to use. So we're going to go down to the command prompt. We're going to have to look for the command prompt first, but yeah, right. Now we're gonna press ipconfig, enter, and what we want is the first 3 octets of our IP address, because and we'll paste that because this is what specifies the network that we're on. So we're gonna put that here. And we'll put it here as well on the end IP address. And now we're gonna specify a range. So we could start with a number like, let's say 100, and we could end up at 120, and we click next, and we want to leave this blank for now. We don't want to exclude anything, so we click next, and I'm gonna click next. We'll leave that, and for this, yes, I want to configure, yes, click next, and we see this is already put in for us, or server.com, which is why I named it. So we'll click next, leave is empty. We'll click next for now, and yes, and we'll click next and finish. So we should have our DHCP set up here. So if we drag client machine here, and I log in, right? So we're in. If we click on start and we go to command prompt, if we type in ipconfig/all, we should see DHCP is enabled. See, it says yes. So DHCP is working. Another thing I wanted to note is that if it isn't working, you might have to go to, okay, I'm moving a bit fast here, network and shared settings, and then to change adapter settings, and right click here on local area connection on properties. I'll click IPv4 and then click properties. And if use the foreign IP address is selected and you have manually put in the IP address data, then you have to change that to obtain an IP address automatically. But because that's how ours is already, the DHCP works as expected. So yeah, and you could also see that the IP address is 192.168.56.104. We didn't have to put that in manually, but it's within the range that we specified, so it was done automatically. So yeah, that's how DHCP works. Thank you. We'll see you in the next video.